Welcome back to KMOT First News at 6. I'm John Jacqueline. The WDA tennis tournament got underway today with the team portion of the championship. We pick up action in the semifinals, Legacy versus Mandan, and of course Minot facing Century. Here's Sydney Ressler and Ava Dunlop. Dunlop forces Ressler into a difficult return and then smashes it away for the point. Ressler, she just tips the cap off to her opponent after that great shot. Later in the match, it's the Minot senior who's now on the offensive. Ressler comes up to the net and then earns the point with this crisp forehand shot. Majets defeat Patriots 5-0. Doubles action in the other semifinal, and Legacy's Brooklyn Sand starts the match off with a bang. She aces this serve and gets the two-seeded Sabres off to a good start. Minot will face either Legacy or Mandan in the team championship tonight. And we are 3/4 of the way through the first round of the WDA softball tournament in Jamestown. We'll start at the bottom of the bracket. Two-seeded Dickinson defeated Williston, and Mandan held up Legacy in a high-scoring duel. The Midgets and Braves will play tomorrow at 5, and the top-seeded Majets defeated Century 10-3, and they await the winner of Bismarck and Jamestown. Tomorrow starts with consolation games between Legacy and Williston, and then Century versus the loser of the Demons and the Blue Jays. Now to baseball. Minot plays the final game of the day on its home field against Bismarck. The winner will face Mandan, who just defeated Century 11-6. We had two tight games earlier today at the bottom of the bracket. Williston upset Dickinson, and two-seeded Legacy held off Jamestown 2-1. We will have the highlights from Minot's game at 10, along with the full slate of games for tomorrow. That's all we have in sports. We'll be right back.